Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Easy ass.
James, whew.
Here we are.
We lost a real one, James.
Oh, we did.
We
did.
lost
This is huge.
real one. Did somebody call it? Trying to think. Did somebody call the exact date pretty much?
Did you?
Who was that? About a year ago, right around the January time frame. I believe it was the big guy. What if I really am a psychic? I know we do the hashtag Rostradamus thing all the time, and it's hilarious because of my gambling abilities on Drinkin Bros Sports. But what if I actually can see into the future? Last night, I won an 8-game parlay, which is fucking impossible, right? Like, that's the craziest shit of all time. And it was posted in Drinkin Bros Sports. I called RBG dying 4 to 6 weeks before the election. That was my exact prediction on the show.
Yeah.
And I said, watch, 2020 is going to get even crazier. And down goes RBG.
Yeah.
You know? RBG goes down. Oh, boy. What if I can? Should I get tested? Is there some place I can go? Some psychic place that I can go and get tested?
No.
You sure?
We won't do that. We won't do that.
I can't even see the peace sign in the Dave Matthews album cover. I can't see any of those things in the mall, the hidden images, like nothing.
Right.
But for whatever reason, Jabes, I can really see into the future.
Yeah.
Man, RBG. So obviously, shitstorm. We talked about it on Drinkin Bros last night. We did an hour-and-a-half tribute show that was kind of a tribute, and then mixed in with some other facts that I apparently got wrong. Maybe 30, 40 facts that I got wrong about her life, including her winning the 1979 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. But whatever. I'm not a professor. I've never claimed to be of history. I'm not a professor of history, Jessie. You know that about me. But when she went down, Jabes, I thought to myself, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Now, it's Monday morning. We recorded the other episode Sunday night, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Trump said today that you can go ahead and expect that nomination Friday or Saturday. So he's saying, fuck it. I'm putting somebody through no matter what, and you guys can go ahead and deal with it.
I'm sure.
Now, I heard it's going to be a woman.
Right.
Does that excite you?
Not, it'll be a conservative woman, which. Yeesh.
Dan thinks it's going to be a
worse,
Latina.
No, from what I'm seeing, the front runner looks like a white.
I don't know. I think it's going to be this other lady, actually.
A right pro-lifer. This other lady?
Out of Florida. I think it's going to be this lady out of Florida, but that's my guess. But yeah, I know who you're talking about from Colorado. I think it's going to be the other one from Florida. He said as of this morning, he's down to about 5 options, and he'll go through that this week and then announce it Friday or Saturday, and then go ahead and try to jam that one home. RBG is scheduled to be buried, I think, Thursday. So he wanted to wait until after the funeral out of respect for her. And the weird part about this one is I had read that there's going to be a viewing for the public for the rest of the week of her body.
Okay.
Have you been to an open casket funeral?
No.
It's weird. It is real weird. I would prefer they not do that, but I don't know, man. It's a strange one for me.
Is it an open casket viewing?
Oh, yeah, that's what a viewing is.
Oh.
So you could see the body, face, everything.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So I went to one. For whatever reason, my side of the family was big on it.
On open casket?
Yeah, I'm not at all. So there was a viewing for my grandfather. When my grandfather passed away, and I hated it because that's the last image you have of that person, right?
Yeah.
And you can, squeeze their hand and do the other thing, but they've been embalmed and all that other shit, and you're just like, ugh, God damn it, man. So now I can't shake that out of my mind. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I don't know why they do things like this, where it's like, hey, man, here's an open cask. Pop on down to Congress, and you can check out, you can peep out the body.
I think a lot of people are gonna go.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. But it's weird, right? Like at 87, do you want to be?
No.
Strange, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think I don't know. Like when she first died, I think it was so political that I couldn't really get into all of the things that it meant, right? Because it immediately 100% went political.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We're all divided.
Less than 15 minutes after that body went cold, it was political.
Yeah.
On all sides. Yeah.
So it sucks because all these, memes about her being RBG, notorious RBG and notorious. And like hearing CNN reporters say that, still I will never get used to, right? Because they don't really fucking get it. But she was a rock star. Like those things were made. She was, a cultural icon late in life for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just because she was little and kind of weird. She was kind of a badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
And her absence is like felt today, weirdly, this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
for me especially, where I'm just like, oh man, she was a dying breed of a feminist that wasn't a victim, right? Mm-hmm. A feminist that just literally did the shit. And we don't really have that anymore. It's more like just trying to cancel people, being offended all the time, right. Suing people, bringing up allegations, harassment shit, like trying to take down people. She was a dying breed of someone that saw a problem and went through all the avenues to change it. Right?
Yeah, look,
not to be serious, but we should be serious for a second.
It's fine. She did a lot. There was also some weird things, that she fought for that I was like, that's a strange one. Trying to change the age of consent of sex to 14 years old was a weird one to me. But
I don't think that was one of her big arguments that she wrote. Yeah, I think she was.
Yeah, it didn't get passed. It didn't happen. But
yeah, I think she was on the Supreme Court, like arguing against it or for it, whatever it may be, but she didn't write that.
No, but she wanted the age of consent changed and things like that. But with all of these justices and all of this shit's like, I don't know. I don't really know them or whatever's goes on there. To me, the Supreme Court is mostly political, where it's just like you're trying to interpret laws, and there's some shit that the Supreme Court's gotten wrong, and I don't agree with either. So it's like. To me, I think it's a bigger deal politically than it is actually for the country, I guess. But who knows, man? Who fucking knows? I'm a dummy in that world. I'm not going to pretend to know
I'm just talking for myself.
I'm not going to pretend to know the Supreme Court
about
world.
You, I don't think anything that she did really helped you out in any way.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I totally understand that you don't really know anything that she did or care, really. But for women, she actually probably fucked your shit up a little bit because you would like to just be the only person on the mortgage. Do you know what I mean? And you would like to just be like, you can't have a bank account. It's only mine.
The exact opposite.
No. I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking.
I would love to flip it to all women.
No, I know.
And then just kind of chill.
Yeah.
Like that would have been great. So RBG,
we know
you really fucked us on that one. If you were going to get women to be able to have their own banks and checking accounts and credit cards and all that shit, rad. Could you have just taken men out of that equation altogether, and that would have been even more? Then I would have celebrated you today.
She was trying. She was trying. Nothing that she did affected your life in a positive way.
Yeah. Like, did she change the age of consent of Four Loko to 14? Because if so, that would have been rad to me. But,
right.
Right. No, but like, to put it in perspective, like when Scalia died.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Yes, he did. He died at a hunting lodge. It was a weird thing, but he was also an older man. He was like 86 or whatever the fuck he was.
Who was the one that retired? Sorry.
I don't know. The
one that just retired.
Who knows?
That Gorsuch got in? Or that fucking... Sorry, go.
No. Go. Scalia died. That's how Gorsuch got in.
And then...
Kavanaugh,
who retired?
Somebody retired. I think it was Roberts. I think it was John Roberts, maybe. Retired and got in there.
Robert
Who fucking knows?
Northcuttson?
Again, Supreme Court does not mean that much to me. Politically, it means a lot to people. But like when Scalia died, everybody was like, "Oh shit, he died," and I was like, "I don't know what's going on," you know?
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure it's important if I have to go against the Supreme Court for something, but you know. Let's face it. If you have to go up against the Supreme Court for anything, you'll be financially drained and your life will be ruined anyway. So, you know, I try to avoid it.
Right.
That is on my checklist in life of trying to avoid. Mm-hmm. Again, though, if RBG would have changed the legal drinking age for Four Loko to 14, I would have been okay with that. You know?
Yeah, then you might have been like, hero.
Yeah,
for women, it's the equivalent of that, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
It's samesies, right? It's samesies. Like just being able to work, not be fired because you're a woman.
I understand that, but Four Loko has a pre-game drink that comes in a plastic bottle that is 13.7 proof right now.
Right.
And all I can say is would have not liked to had to drive to downtown Atlanta to get a fake ID for that one. But whatever. I digress, James, you know?
Right.
What's more important is that I predicted it, and now it's a shitstorm, exactly like I predicted.
What I think of when I think of the Supreme Court is that fucking gay couple in the wedding cake. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just stuff like this.
Correct.
And it goes all the way up.
Yep.
And then they go, oh, actually, you have to make their wedding cake. And the people are like, we got it made. We're fucking married already. It's been fucking 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's all precedent, right? Like that they set. So
it is.
Some of it's good, some of it's bad. For women in general, most of it can be bad. She did some good stuff.
So here's my argument to it. All right, let's really talk about it. Here's why I don't give a shit about it. Like the things that I believe in and want to fight for in this life. Are slowly being taken away anyway. So, like, what the fuck, man? Freedom of speech is being taken away. 2A is being taken away. Second Amendment is being taken away slowly, little by little. Freedom of speech is being taken away slowly, little by little. And it's like, what am I going to do? Go in there and fucking blow my whole wad all over people's faces in there and try to get some changes made of like, hey.
Is that...
And that's what it's called, Jessie. Blowing my wad all over people's faces.
Is that what they do in Supreme Court?
Yes, that's all they do in Supreme Court.
See, I don't know.
That is all they do there is blow their wad all over people's faces. When they do it, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, hammer the like button right now to beat this algorithm. That is freedom of speech. I would like for it just to go out to the nation and let them decide.
Sure.
But we're handicapped by that. So the things that really matter to me, like constitution-wise and all that other bullshit, they're slowly being taken away. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. And let's face it, I'm only one man with a big dumb penis just walking around this world trying to figure shit out. I had to go to the DMV today. It's not the Supreme Court. I think of the DMV as like my problem of the day. Imagine if I had to go to Supreme Court to argue something or try to get something overturned. Fuck my whole entire life upside down from the rafters of a building and let emo Batman do it. Robert. The kid from Twilight.
Yeah, Pattinson.
Pattinson. Let him fuck me upside down. Because the rest of it is just like, it's political to me at this point where it's like, all right, cool. Like, you're exactly right. The wedding cake thing. What the fuck, bro? What are we doing?
But it's a lot. For every wedding cake, there's also a huge things that are done, right? But
But it takes forever.
I understand.
And at this stage in my life, dude, I'm on the back 9 here, you know? Back 9 years. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Right.
I got about 9 years left here on this planet. And that's about
that
it.
much, you think?
Maybe not. Maybe not at this point. So, look, by the time any of this shit goes through, what the fuck do I care? It's all political at this point. And I
guess that makes it even more, I'm going to button it up.
Yeah.
But I think that makes it even more impressive that the amount of time, because some of these things that she changed were actually, as a lawyer, arguing in front of the Supreme Court, not even a Supreme Court justice, right?
Yes,
So arguing in front of them, getting these things passed, like you're saying, spending all that time.
Right. But the other thing with
so it's impressive. Like
it is
it's
absolutely. She lived an unbelievable life.
And I think in these times, like a quote of hers is like, you know, fight for the things that are important to you, but do it in a way that makes people want to follow you. And that's not what people do now, right? So do it in a way that people see it, they're inspired by it, and they want to follow your lead instead of violence and, you know, burning stuff and shooting people and being outraged and divided. Like that doesn't make anyone, let's say Black Lives Matter, right? Like that quote, her quote, and the way that she lived her life could directly be applied to that. Like fight for what you believe in, but do it in a way that makes people want to follow you and want to be on your side. Not like get pissed and then join your outrageous, rage-filled fight.
Right.
Just this is important to this person who is fighting for it. She's doing it in a graceful, inspiring way, and we want to follow that.
Yeah, I will say this.
That's not around anymore.
She did speak out about Colin Kaepernick and said that his whole thing was really dumb, I believe was her quote. And
she hated all this shit.
Yeah.
Like she did it, again, like quietly in a way that's like, I want to change shit. I'm going to be a fucking lawyer. I'm going to graduate top of my class. I'm going to argue in front of the Supreme Court. I'm going to become a Supreme Court justice, and then I'm going to change shit.
Yeah.
Not cry about it, not cancel people, not fucking burn down my city.
No.
Actually do stuff.
See, for me, with her and Scalia in particular, because they died in their fucking 80s, that's too long to be on a court.
I believe that. And she wasn't doing those things towards the end, right? She was just there to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have that vote, have that democratic vote. All the things that she did, she did.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like, there needs to be okay, let's bring in a new guard, right? I don't think they all need to be fucking 90.
You know, the craziest thing about it is Trump will now have picked 3 Supreme Court justices, which in one presidency, I think that's a record. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That'll influence the courts for the next 30 years.
100%. And that's why there is no, you know, we were watching Meet the Press, and there is no precedent. Like, people are trying to, well, you know, they always wait. And it's like, this doesn't happen.
No.
You don't have enough of a, you know, control group to say, well, in this instance, he needs to wait. It's like, dude, this doesn't happen. So whatever the president wants to do in that situation or whatever he thinks is right is the precedent, really.
Here's the thing. The Democrats will get payback for the impeachment and all the other bullshit they've tried to do to him to the last 4 years. He's going to jam this down their fucking throat. And even if he only serves one term, hey, congratulations. She changed the course of the country's history for 30 years. And to me, there should be an age limit on it, and get these fucking people out of here at a certain point.
Well, just, you know,
get some young blood in there, a little young blood. Craigers, we get live on YouTube. Again, hammer the like button on there. Craigers said, making the wedding list invite, and Jables, of course, is number 1 on the list. And she's looking great as always. So,
okay, wait, what? Am I going to a wedding?
Yeah.
I need a break,
Craigers, dude.
Okay,
Craigers,
so
it's not for a year. Settle down. When is the Just Jables show? DC Cherry is asking.
Settle down.
You know what? We would love to get Jessie a cooking show. We're gonna have her in a rib cook-off. We're gonna have her in a rib cook-off here against Jared Taylor this weekend. That is gonna be for all the business. We will film that and put that live on YouTube as well. Subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast and Ross Patterson Revolution on YouTube, and then Rusty Barnett is asking for a picture of the open casket funeral of RBG to be put inside the studio, please. You know, it's funny you say that, man. I guarantee you somebody will have that picture out within the next 36 hours.
True.
I guarantee you somebody will smuggle a camera in and get that up.
Are you not allowed to?
We need to see that body, baby.
Are you not allowed to?
We need to see that body. I don't think so. They usually take your phones for that shit. Like, it's not a selfie moment, you know? Otherwise, there'd be 40,000 Instagram selfies of you and dead RBG, you know? It's a sweet one. And it's a hard flex. Because let's face it, the line to go and see her is probably going to be hours. It's going to be longer than the opening of Space Mountain at Disney World. So buckle up. You're going to be there for a while. But if you could get selfies, forget it. There'd be 100,000 Instagram influencers just like, hey, oh, fucking making, what's the...
Hey, oh!
Yeah,
you clearly don't do any influencing.
No, that's all they do is this.
A bunch of Instagram.
Boomeranging themselves next to RBG with a face like this of like, you just see nothing but Instagram stories of RGB's casket with
RBG, yeah,
or mimosas cheersing the casket.
Yeah.
And it's just like boomerang with the dead RBG.
It's just a big women's brunch, basically. It's her whole thing.
I'd like
and
to.
God love her.
Can you bring food? Are you allowed to eat food in there? Probably not. That would be another hard flex. You show up with, like a ham sandwich and just take a huge bite, while you're there, and you're like, oh, God.
And now, is it leaned up?
The casket? Mm-hmm. No. They don't go straight up and down. So
okay.
It's
just a little bit lean.
Horizontal,
so you don't have...
not vertical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't do that.
They
don't do that, James. Come on. Get a hold of yourself. She'd be staring at you then, just like this.
Yeah. Well, just so you can see it
James.
from the back and you don't have to go so close. Because the weirdest thing about an open casket is the like walking up, not seeing, and then like peering over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was just already lifted up and you could brace yourself from down the aisle all the way
you put
there.
your arm around the casket.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Because then it would be a bunch of influencers like, oh, ooh.
Yeah. All that dumb shit. AJ Gamble, by the way, is asking our producer, Giorgio, if he would have sex with RBG. No, I'm going to say no. That's probably too old. That's outside of your age, Giorgio? Yeah. He's saying yeah.
I just know she wasn't much of an outdoors type gal. Right? So she didn't have a... She's dead for sure. Yeah. So definitely not now.
Permanently outdoors now.
Yeah.
Well, James, you said that, not me. Come on, man.
But anyways,
should be going to Bass
she
Pro
didn't
Shops.
have a boat, let's say,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I don't know.
Much less a yacht, which is one of Giorgio's prereqs for an old beach. So you have to have a couple other things besides just being old, right? Giorgio? Yeah. It's not just, she's old, sweet. She has to have money. She has to have a boat. Like, there has to be other things involved.
I think she's probably, she might have a boat, but I'm still going to say at 87, that's a little old for Giorgio.
I'm sure it's the same prereqs as a daddy.
By about 5 years, maybe.
Right.
How old is Helen Mirren? That would be then I think that's your
yeah, but
answer,
that's
right?
not even hard. Like, she looks good.
I think that's how we started. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the age. So whatever Helen Mirren is, age-wise.
And she's in her sexual prime, she says. So
that's what Helen Mirren said?
Yeah,
She's
75. Yeah,
right, so probably 75 is Giorgio's cutoff. If you're out there axing at home.
It's a cruel joke. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's a cruel joke that women, when they're in their 60s.
Yeah.
Sexual prime. Okay, they know what they want. They know how they want it. They don't give a shit about how they look, right?
Yeah.
They'll do it all.
A lot of no-fuss
They'll
haircuts.
be it all.
Yeah.
Suck it all.
Suck it all. Do the things. Yep.
Take it all.
Take it all
Suck
down.
it all. Take it all. Do it all.
Yeah.
But they're going to be old.
They're going to be old.
You know what I mean?
A lot of no-fuss haircuts out there.
It's a cruel joke.
Yep. lot of Guy Fieri haircuts out there. A lot of Karen haircuts out there.
No, Murin's doing it still. The white bob.
First day of fall today, Japes. First day of fall. Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations. Do you remember the 21st day of September? It is it's a song. No? Okay.
What's the song? What's the song? What is this?
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember the 21st day of September? There you go.
That wasn't it.
Earth, Wind, and Fire right
that
there,
wasn't it.
Jabes. Every September 21st, that joke pops up, and it never gets old. It clearly never gets old to me. The Emmys, by the way, we finally shut it down. We've talked about this on the show for a year where I'm like, hey, man, I think I'm done with award shows.
We have.
Last night, we did not watch one single second of it.
I know.
We were all done with it. Watched some of the highlights, and I'm glad I missed it. Boring was the overarching theme.
Hashtag boring.
Yeah, everybody was like, Jesus Christ. 'Cause it was all virtual. Some people were kind of filmed in different places and all that other stuff. Schitt's Creek, your show.
Yeah.
Won 9 awards, swept every comedy category, won everything.
That's an interesting one.
Last season on air, has never won an award before, won everything. I haven't seen it, so,
Oh, it's
good for me.
Amazing.
I know,
But
it's amazing.
It was a slow burn. It was panned, snubbed.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yep.
Because it was on Pop TV.
Pop TV, yeah.
My favorite channel.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people love that, but I have the app. I get notifications anytime a new show comes up. So
Yes.
Pop TV.
Pop TV
My fave
is
channel.
where it was on. I don't even think they had HD until like maybe a year ago, to be honest with you. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because my producer and executive from MTV runs Pop TV, and Love and Lakin ended up going on Pop TV. And I remember when we popped it on to watch it, I was like,
Popped it on.
Popped it on Pop, yeah. But it was in the box, you know? Whenever you watch those shows in the box, we were like, damn it, man.
Gosh.
That happens to me all the time with the Chuck Norris TV show that I watch all the time. Walker, Texas Ranger. It's always in that box, and I'm like, my God, man.
Right.
Can we get a little HD of Chuck Norris, you know? You don't
Chucky?
show Norris in SD.
Chucky?
Chucky.
Was there any pound signs of Oscars so white or Oscars so Jewish or anything like that?
No.
Or sorry, not Oscars, but Emmy?
No one was watching, so like nobody really cared. And I think because the best lead actress in a drama was Zendaya, and she's black. So, by the way, I called that. If you remember that show, we watched Euphoria.
Yeah.
And the next day we went on air because it
Yeah.
was on a Sunday night. And I go, well, she's going to win all the awards, and she did.
Right.
Youngest ever to win a best dramatic lead for an Emmy was Zendaya.
I'm glad we're off the marvelous Mrs. Maisel train because that fucking show is a piece of fucking dog shit. Did they win something?
I did not look and see if they won because we didn't watch it. So I don't know if they won for drama. Oh, no. They're comedy, right?
They didn't win.
Oh, good.
They
good,
didn't win.
good,
Nobody
good,
won.
good,
Nobody
good,
won
yeah.
from that show. We're
Yeah, we're all
all
done.
fucking done with that bullshit.
Yes, we are.
I'm still pissed every year that Issa Rae doesn't win something. This girl is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. But
we had
is what it is.
One of the actors on our show on Drinkin Bros, Neil Brown Jr. was on, and I asked him about being on that show, Insecure, and I said, "What's her story? How fucking gifted is she? Is this hype?" And he goes, "No, man, she's fucking crazy talented,
absolutely crazy talented, and does everything."
And he was
Writes,
just like,
produces, stars in. I mean,
it's
all these.
the real deal. She's because he's worked in the industry for like 30 years at this point, and I was just like, "What's the fucking story?" And he goes, "Yo, man, that girl's for real." And I was like, "All right, cool, man." But yes, she did not win.
Again.
I believe she was nominated though.
She was. She did not win. You're right. Schitt's Creek for everything. Best Outstanding Supporting Actress.
Everything.
Eddie Murphy won for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series.
And you're going to love this one, right? So that was last week during the Creative Arts Emmys. So that wasn't televised.
Okay.
So we already knew that one. They dug up the cast from Friends to do some shit. Why they keep trying to pump this? Like, either come back and do the fucking show or just stop with all the
Friends thing?
bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just a classic case of Suits not really understanding when something's over in young culture. So there was a time that would have really worked.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah,
we
yeah.
did a show
We
on
did,
it
like 2
years
years ago. Yeah.
where we were like, dude, fucking our babysitters are watching Friends constantly.
Yep.
Over and over.
Yeah.
And then, it goes to the sweatshirts, then it goes to the memes, then it goes to whatever. And now it's over. It's been done.
Yeah, they missed it.
They missed it, but just like anything, the older white suits try and capitalize on something that is done. And it's such a fleeting thing, especially in younger generations. Like, as soon as people my age start liking it,
Gone.
it's already done.
Gone, yeah.
I found it later, right? So they just don't understand that, obviously.
No, and last night when we were live on air, because we did a live show last night for a tribute show for RBG on Drinkin Bros, there was something trending, like Emmy's on fire. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Apparently, they opened up the show with Jay Anus, Jennifer Aniston, to those people who don't watch the show or know her true nickname. It's Jay Anus.
Only you.
Nope. It's worldwide. That is a global term. Everyone knows Jay Anus. And she did the opening bits with Jimmy Kimmel, where they were like, well, we've got to sanitize all the cards and then burn them afterwards to make sure that no one gets COVID. And they lit the cards on fire, put them in a trash can, and Jay Anus had a fire extinguisher. She was trying to put out this fire in the trash can. It was a raging fire and just kept going over and over and over again. And finally, she really had to use the whole fucking can to put out this fire on stage. And everybody was writing in that it was the perfect analogy for what Hollywood is going through right now, where it's just a burning trash can is what Hollywood has become now. And that meme has been around everywhere today, and joke and everything. Watch her try to put out this fire after the show. It's really, really funny where you're like, oh man, it's out. Oh no, that is definitely struck back up again. Nope, it is out.
Oh boy.
Somebody had to pull the card out of the trash can and get that. Like, I mean, it was just a dumpster fire. So was that show last night.
Right.
I mean, when you try to do anything virtually, and plus now that we're all done with talent, and it's just kind of, hey, let's just pick the most diverse winners and all that other bullshit. Like, it's over, and it doesn't really matter. Now, last night's Emmys was the final exception because those votes were already in before the rest of this bullshit. Next year is when everything is ruined and
ruined.
I don't know what you're gonna do because I think doing the other Emmys, the Creative Arts Emmys, virtually and then giving them away. This feels like the move now, where it's just like, hey man, we'll just give these awards away online, and that's going to be it. Like, I'm curious to see what their ratings are, because I'm sure they were awful, and I don't know if award shows will be back.
I'm sure they were. Outstanding guest actress in a comedy series. Maya Rudolph playing Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Gosh, out of all the shows, okay.
Well, I mean, it's one gig, so what else are you going to do? Because if you're on multiple times, you're recurring.
Right.
So, look, you saw her as Kamala Harris.
God, she's great. I just feel like there has to be, but yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding writing for a comedy series.
Oh, hang on. We got a little bit of breaking news here.
The Good Place was good.
Yeesh.
What?
So this is Forbes. The 2020 Emmy ratings crashed, and so did its relevance. Hit an all-time ratings low of 5.1 million U.S. viewers. That is barely an episode of Drinkin Bros. So, sorry.
So we should do it next time. And I'm giving it to Bateman because I'm a big Bateman head, and he fucking lost again.
Oh, boy.
Again. I can't watch the Emmys anymore because Jason Bateman and Ozark cannot fucking lose everything. That's insane. That is fucking insane. To Succession.
By the way, I knew this headline would come up. Emmy ratings flame out. Yeah, of course they did. Yeah, it was so eerie, though. Again, if you pull up this Jay Anus picture, Japes, of this thing, it really felt like...
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. You know damn well who it is.
I don't know who Jay Anus is.
You know Jay Anus is. That's
Nobody knows. It doesn't make any sense.
If you watch this opening monologue with this trash can on fire and the two of these idiots trying to put it out, it really is what everything that Hollywood is going through right now, where it's just like, wow, this is done. I mean, it was the perfect thing at the perfect time, and it is everywhere today. So yeah, I mean, look, if you're looking at it, so that got 5.1. Oh, that's right. They were up against Sunday Night Football last night, which that game was great, by the way. But that was still down. You're also up against the Lakers game last night. Forget about it. Lakers game won, last second shot. Football game was won, last second play at the 1 yard line. And yeah, you're doing this virtually. Forget it. It's over. That's crazy to me. I think the craziest part to me is like that was your dream going out there, to win these awards and go on stage and do the thing. And now you look at it after everything that's happened to our country in the last like fucking 5 years. You look at it and you're like, are we really fucking glad handing these assholes who are going to tell us to go vote and all that shit? Like,
Yeah, I guess, well, we didn't watch it, but I wonder how many speeches were.
1 million. All of them. All of them were voting. I can tell you that right now. It's so important to go out there and vote.
Or maybe there was a Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Just say,
shout
hey,
out,
dude, fucking go and vote for my candidate, or you're unimportant, and I hate you. Because that's kind of what it is. Like that's the gig I get after. Well, even the NBA players and the NFL players, go vote. We're going to open up our arenas for whatever. Oh, you mean for your candidate, right? Because you're not telling everyone to vote. Otherwise, well, shit. Then what's going to happen, James? Then what's going to happen? So yeah, with the Emmys and all that other shit, I'd say probably I'll give it 2 years, and they still stop televising this stuff for the Emmys. Oscars, I'll give 5. I think they'll stretch that one out because that's kind of the big dog. But Emmys, I'll give 2. MTV movie and music and all that other shit awards, like I don't even know if I'll give that network a shot past 5 years.
Which?
MTV.
Oh yeah, no.
I think it'll be gone.
It's not a thing.
It'll end up being the Paramount app or something like that,
right.
And that'll be it. Because music videos are all on YouTube anyway, so it's like great. That's where you're going to watch music videos. Jersey Shore, look, man, they're going to be 50 in a couple years, so it's like you can't keep trotting them out to bang 22-year-olds.
Well, 2 of them, Vinny and the other guy.
Yeah, they're doing another one.
Yeah.
With their exes, their ex-girlfriends, in a thing in Vegas.
Because they're the only ones that are left.
Well, they're the only ones
Single
under
without
42,
kids.
I think. Yeah.
No, they're all like around the same age, but they're the only ones that are single without kids.
Oh, yes, correct.
So, and DJs still. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's going to keep happening. Julia Garner, Ruth Langmore.
Did she win? Good.
Yeah. There's talks about her
All right,
playing
cool.
Madonna in the new Madonna
Oof.
biopic
That'd be a good one.
that Madonna is writing and directing. So,
Well, look, before Madonna lost her
it's going to
fucking
be a commercial
mind,
love letter to herself.
I'm sure, but before she lost her mind, she was fucking hot and rad back in the day. So
I think that's a great pick, don't you think?
Yes.
Ruth Langmore.
Be
I don't
great.
give a fuck about shit.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about fuck. James,
I don't give a shit about fuck.
Yeah. This thing too, and I hate to go back to this, but I wanted to ask you, and I forgot to, with the RBG thing. Did you hear that the family had asked? They said that her dying wish was to wait until after the election to pick her successor.
I heard that it was one of her friends on, was it Meet the Press?
Yes.
And she regaled us with this story, because that's what Democrats do, is like turn it into some long fucking story that's going to tug on your heartstrings.
Uh-huh.
And it's so transparent now that I don't know why anyone would fall for it anymore. But he asked her a very, a political question or something completely not about this. And she was like, yes, her granddaughter was
Correct.
in the room. And there was also other people
Yeah.
that heard this. So it's corroborated, she says, right? So it's not fake news is essentially what she's saying. Or it's not just one person's account. But she looked over at her. And she said,
Yeah.
right?
Not a
and she
prayer.
like goes through the whole thing.
Not one prayer.
And she says, all I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a prayer. The reason I bring it up, Trump
Is
just...
for, no, let me get, I'm just joking. Let me get through this. Like those movies where somebody's sick?
Yeah.
And they just fucking
There's
the
a great
coughing is
the
a lot.
great one of you in Helen Keller versus Night Wolves when your mom is dying.
And she coughs.
All over you.
Yeah.
Coughs up blood all over you constantly over and over again. And you ask her, please stop coughing up so much blood.
So much blood. It's one, not to get too off topic, but it's one of the things that was really hard for me in The Crown. In the first season, the king had like some lung thing.
Yeah.
And it was too much. You know, it's in between. You know, they like to really play it up, like trying to talk. And all I was. Okay, we get it. You're fucking dying. Anyway, so they said they have some family anecdote that she said her dying wish is to have President Trump wait.
By the way, so Trump was just on Fox and Friends. That's the reason I'm bringing it up right now. And he's saying, I'm not sure. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. Who knows? And then it was phony. It sounds phony to me. And
maybe she did. Maybe she didn't.
Who
knows?
That is his exact quote, by the way.
Exactly. But
which is hilarious.
He clearly doesn't, govern on, human interest stories. Like, he just doesn't. He's the opposite of that, right?
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. It's great.
It's great.
It's
great. And maybe she did, maybe she didn't is the exact right response. Like, maybe it was her family in the room. Do you have a recording?
Yeah.
And even so, it doesn't matter what her dying wish was. Love that. Mm-hmm. But it's not going to be what's going to happen. And again, they're saying this thinking that they're going to win.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's going to be picking, like it or not, he's going to be picking whether he picks before or after. Yeah. It's going to be him. So what is it? I mean, what are we doing?
We're 42 days away here.
What is the point of making him?
One of the outcries last night from the Emmys was that guy, Nick Cordero, who died of COVID-19.
That they didn't put in the memoriam?
They didn't put him in. And I guess Zach Braff found out about it and lobbied for it. And he got a response back from the Academy. And then he kept pushing, and they excluded him last night. So they don't, as much as Hollywood says we care about COVID and masks and people and dying and 200,000 deaths and all that shit, they really don't. Clearly, after that, it's like,
why couldn't they put him in the memoriam though? Like, I don't get that.
I don't either, man.
He wasn't famous enough.
Yeah, you know that, like.
He's famous from having COVID, but yeah.
But not from his actual work in television. So it wasn't good enough for their virtual show, which no one was there. You had all the time in the world to throw up a 2-second picture of someone with their fucking name. That's all that they were asking for, but and couldn't do it. And then the protests, by the way, I brought that up. Protests were for Breonna Taylor last night. Trump. White nationalism was brought up, and yeah, man. So the usual. I can't figure out why they did so bad. Yeah. And the guy who won for Succession, that won best drama series, Succession. We don't watch that. I don't like it.
I'm not gonna talk shit only because probably everyone on here loves it, and I don't.
I've tried like 3 episodes. I just can't get into it.
Was Yellowstone not something that could be?
Yeah, it can be. It can be. So.
Hello.
I know. Give it to Cole Hauser, babe. Come on, babe. Give it to Cole Hauser, babe.
Or that fucking crazy bitch that grew on me.
She's fucking great.
She's fucking great. Give it to her tits.
But I guess the British creator of Succession called out President Trump and also UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson last night. He said, in an unthank you to the virus for keeping us all apart this year, an unthank you to Trump for his crummy and uncoordinated response, an unthank you to Boris Johnson and his government for doing the same in my country, and an unthank you to all the nationalist and quasi-nationalist governments in the world who are exactly the opposite of what we need right now, and an unthank you to the media moguls who do so much to keep them in power. So unthank you. Those media moguls you're sounding off on are also the same ones that put you on television. So when you don't thank the person that actually put you on TV to get you the award that you have and all the millions of dollars that you're living on in that big house of yours, because yes, he did accept the award from his fucking house. Yep, let's blame the media moguls for that. As otherwise, if it was the media moguls, you wouldn't have been on the show last night. So shouldn't have been on the air, and I fucking hate that show anyway. So, whatever, man. Whatever, Javes. I feel like I'm on one right now today, you know?
Are ya?
I'm ready to pony up. I'm ready to pony the fuck up, James. We got some sponsors, however, that pay for this whole show to be on the air. First and foremost, talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, James. 30% off to everybody who's a member of the military, a first responder, a teacher, or if you work in the government. 25% off to the rest of us dum-dums. And as always, I say as always, I feel like this deal's never going away. I hope it doesn't. If you order a mattress, you get 2 free pillows. And I can promise you, the mattress and the pillows are created equal. That's a Supreme Court thing, right? Created equal. Both great. Go to Drinkin Bros. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today, where, as always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there, and all of those deals are applicable with it. If you're watching live on YouTube right now, ask anybody who has a fucking ghost bed. Jacob Nickel, no. RBG does not have a ghost bed line. Coffin, although that would be the way to send someone out, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I'm getting burned up. I'm not going in a coffin, but when
Sure.
I do, Jabes, if I did and you went against my wishes because you wanted to, dig me up someday like the end of Yellowstone and give my ring to another man.
No, I need to burn
Put me
you
on
so
a
that
ghost
there's
bed.
no
Put me on a ghost
evidence.
bed. Put me on a ghost bed, donkey fowl. Next up, StrikeForceEnergy.com, Jabes.
Boom, 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 boom. Shapoinker, shapoinker,
I want to give you a shout out here. You brought some bubbly, sparkling
yeah.
water. Oh, is it bubbly?
No.
Oh, it's bubbly.
Have you seen the ads?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen them. Haven't seen them, Jabes. So whatever, man. I'm assuming it's Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I missed that.
It's stupid.
Don't know if I would have gotten the joke otherwise.
Yeah, so go ahead.
This sparkling water is actually delightful. They're not a sponsor, but all I'm saying is this.
I love a bubbly.
So do I. If you put Strikeforce Energy in bubbling water, that is the best, like in the kind of the midday right here to get you going. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. 4 amazing flavors, last longer than 5-hour energy. And again, you can pop it into any liquid, so you are good to go. Last longer than 5-hour energy. Get it right now. Somebody was asking about the Kid Rock episode for Drinkin Bros. We push it for the RBG special, so it'll actually air tonight at 8 o'clock. We knew everybody was going to be talking about that. Shit, I guess I can say this now because I think it's real. We have a huge guest on Wednesday for Drinkin Bros. Matt Gaetz is supposed to be on the show. It's just like, it's a big one for us. And
I know.
here on Drinkin Bros. And
I know who that is.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm always nervous saying who's coming on the show because we've at the last minute, guests have backed out. Somebody got in a car accident one time, and then it's like you have to reschedule. And
Someone was getting sued about a pit bull one time.
yeah, dead serious. And so it's one of those things. Congressman Matt Gaetz is on here. Very, very smart guy. Always in the press, and he's out of Florida. So it's a big deal. Hopefully everything goes all right for Wednesday, and I think. Fingers crossed that will be there. So with the RBG thing, like we didn't want to be late to the party on that because everybody was asking what our thoughts were. So we pushed the Kid Rock episode till tonight.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do Matt Gaetz, and that's gonna be rad. So it's election time, and there's been a lot of people hitting us up wanting to come on the show, obviously, and we're down. We're always down to talk politics and rap about life. That one will be cool because we can ask him. I mean, he's got the insight of all this Supreme Court shit, so I'm sure he'll be full of opinions for that one. So that should be a really, really fun show, and we're looking forward to that. But Kid Rock is tonight. John Daly is on that show. There's a bunch of people on that show. Rob O'Neill is on that show. The man who killed Osama bin Laden. Friend of the show. Tyler Ray. Tyler Ray is on the show. Yep. Country star. God damn, that's great. A veteran with a sign is on that show tonight. There's so many fucking people on the show tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. There was like everybody kept showing up. Tonight's like the NBA All-Star game for podcasts. It's like the podcast All-Star game. It's gonna be it's a rad episode. Giorgio shot it. Looks beautiful, Giorgio. And we were at the golf course, and it's crazy. We even got Tyler to play a song at the end of the show, like live on air. So it was fucking dope all the way around. So yes, that'll be out tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jabes. And then you've got your cook-off this weekend. We are going to televise that. The cook-off will be televised.
It will be televised. I think in the same sort of way, right? So maybe Monday night, Tuesday night?
It's going to take some editing.
Right.
I don't want to put anybody under that much pressure.
Right.
It will be out that week, probably towards the end of that week. I'd tell you what, you know what a good day to air that is? Friday, actually. We don't have a show that goes up on Friday live. Saturday or Sunday. Giorgio's peeked his head over. He goes, "What day's the cook-off?" Because I have to edit that.
You guys want to let me know when I'm fucking working
Yeah,
or what?
I have to edit an 8-hour show. No,
we'll go
I'll tell you
later.
what.
Don't worry.
Yeah, let's go next Friday, a week from Friday. That way, because we do.
You'll just have a lot more premium content because I'm going to be on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like with
You're
the
gonna get a
guys,
full
it
hour
was
of J-Bos.
hard to edit around all that stuff. So
Yeah.
try and find a good shot of those fucking dinglings.
Exactly.
But just do a lot of shots of me, and then Jared doesn't care.
No, Jared doesn't care at all. It doesn't care at all.
Long hair don't care.
No, so it'll be you versus Jared in a rib cook-off on the Traeger. You guys are smoking those against one another. Are you worried at all you're going to lose to Jared? Because if you do, I don't know if you should come home.
Here's the thing. No, I'm not worried about losing to Jared. It's just a matter of what the judges like, right? So like, what if they're gonna go real rules? It can't fall off the bone, but that's the way I like to do it. So look, I'm gonna do
Why
the
is
ribs.
that not the real rules?
It has to be. It can be like you can pull it off, but it can't fall off on its own. It's just like a rib. If you're gonna go real competition rules, which hopefully no one does.
Yeah.
But that I'm gonna make the ribs the way I like them, the way I like them to taste, the way I like the meat to be, all of that. And if I don't win from that,
Okay.
then what am I gonna do, right? Like, that's all I can do.
No,
It depends on what people like.
I've got you winning. Now, if you were going against Street Bike Tommy, because I don't think he's in town. I think he's doing something else that weekend. He's he does like he used to have a cart, like a food truck. So
Yeah.
then I'd be worried. I'd be like,
I'd be worried. But it's all about just keeping it not dry and flavor. So I need to order some Grill Your Ass Off. I have 2. And then
I think they're here in Texas, by the way.
okay.
I wonder if
I was gonna lob a call to them
Yes,
because
dude.
that
I have his
out
number.
of everything I've done and tried,
his
Meat
number, yeah.
Church, all of that, love Meat Church, but
shit, we should have him be one of
Grill
the
Your
judges.
Ass Off, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes.
No,
Why not?
Because I don't. That's so much pressure.
Is it?
I don't know. He was a nice guy.
He's the greatest guy.
I met him
love
in Vegas.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I'll call him.
We'll
after the
see.
show's
But
over.
anyways, you guys know it's flavor and texture, and not everybody is going to. It's in a way, it's sort of subjective.
Yeah.
Some people like a certain. I hate a St. Louis rib, for example.
Yeah, it's a little too.
You know what I mean? It's a
tough
little
for me,
too meaty and fatty.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. But anyway, you have me scared that I'm going to lose. Like I never thought for 1 second I was going to.
No. I was wondering
know
if you
I
were.
have award-winning ribs. Like I know it. I have a fucking trophy at my house. So
Sure.
don't come for me.
I'm not.
And yeah, you're doubting me. You're making me doubt myself.
not making
and
you
the
doubt
confidence that I
yourself.
had was through the roof, and now it's at the roof.
Got it. Yeah. No,
And you're gonna take it down even more.
You're
from
gonna
there.
win for sure. Here's the deal. Jared usually gets rocked at some point, and he'll forget about the ribs.
That's gonna be my secret weapon, right? Because I don't drink until
Keep
3 or 4.
feeding him drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over and over. And over again.
so I'll at least be good until then.
Yeah, but we're gonna shoot it so you guys will be able to watch it, and then we always do honest judging because otherwise it's shitty. So we're gonna see Jessie's skills against Jared Taylor coming up. Yeah, we'll air it.
We're basically just gonna fight the whole time, so
we'll see.
Like full on screaming, fighting at each other. So if that sounds good to you, that sounds like a fun time.
Also, so we told you guys to watch The Social Dilemma, and that we would chat about it today. So we're gonna finish our show with that today.
Okay.
With The Social Dilemma. I watched it. Now, I was not as surprised as everybody else. By the way, a good friend of mine just posted this morning that he watched it last night, and he was just like, I'm deleting my Facebook. So you can find me on Instagram, and he goes, I know I'm a hypocrite for saying that, but he goes, I am going to delete all of my friends, and it'll just be my account. So if you want to see what I'm up to, it'll just be me, because I think I'm being sucked into all of this shit. And so with The Social Dilemma, me personally, I knew it was like that. Did I think it was that bad? No, but it didn't surprise me that it was that bad. What surprised me the most was that they don't have my algorithm correct on, or maybe just even me saying this out loud is probably going to fuck me. Yeah, my phone immediately starts going off like they're, as soon as I say
some kind of notification of something.
Oh, we've changed our algorithm. So what I'm surprised was, after watching it, if they supposedly know everything about you, right? My algorithm for Facebook is wrong, and so is Instagram. I don't see
Twitter. They have you right.
Yes. So Twitter, watching that movie, they definitely have it right for Twitter. Where Twitter, and I've said this on the show a million times, that it's just a fucking hellhole rage fest. After watching that, that algorithm is clearly made for me to respond to people I hate. Therefore, the only people that pop up on my feed are people I hate and don't know. Which is fucking weird, man.
But my Facebook, and I don't know if this is true of everyone else's, but mine has turned into, the algorithm has gone from like military dads coming home and kids putting on the glasses for the first time and seeing colors to like really political, like showing me protests, showing me fucking shit like that. So I think they realized that those things would keep me engaged for only a certain amount of time. But if I'm pissed, I'm engaged for longer.
Right.
And that's true of everybody. So one of the things that I got from that movie was exactly that. Like, if you go, why is there so much craziness in the world? Why is it every time I da-da-da? Because that's what keeps you engaged. And in order to sell to advertisers, they need you to be watching, whether you're hate watching, rage watching,
yes,
commenting on somebody's pissed about whatever, reading a thread because you want to see who's going after who. That's what keeps you on there, and that's what you will continue to see. And it's not really what is happening in the world. It's what's keeping you engaged and what advertisers are paying for. So it was like I said, it was a dense documentary, and there was a lot of different things in it.
It was great, yeah.
And it was more about what?
My biggest takeaway was, because we have kids, that was it for me. Where when I watched it, I was like, we are fucked. My kids are fucked, and so are everybody else's kids.
So it's not
there's nothing you can do about it.
It's not necessarily about us, because we knew a time when there were no cell phones.
Yep.
Right? So we can harken back like, oh fuck, like what am I doing? Like I didn't ever need this before. Like I would meet up with my friends without ever even having a phone or a pager. Somehow we would all find each other on our bikes, whatever. You have those memories. Kids now don't have that.
Right.
So they can't pull themselves out of it because they don't have another reality that they've known before. And it's hard enough. Like if you think about, as adults, to look at your phone and be like, oh, bro, like I need to get off of here. For a kid, they don't have that. So it's scary. That was the main takeaway that I took from it too. Like it's the same as Philip Morris in a way, where it was like, you can't use a cartoon fucking camel to sell cigarettes to kids. Like you can't use these flashy color notification things to sell mind-numbing social media to kids, but stopping that is going to be 10 million times harder than stopping cigarettes. The kind of advertising that they did, and look how long that fucking took. So we are doomed. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. And that's it. You just got to take care of your family and your home and do what you can.
Yeah. And my child, Jax, he said something, or 6-year-old, he said something interesting to me the other day, where he goes to jujitsu.
Sure.
Jiu-jitsu. I think that's the proper pronunciation for it. Jiu-jitsu. Anyways, when we were driving there, he said, Dad, can you not be on the phone at the beginning of class? Because the beginning of class is just them warming up. So it's like they're running across the mat and doing crab rolls and all that other stuff or whatever. And because of the time that it is at 5 o'clock, usually the first 5 minutes, I'm just answering emails, letting everybody know essentially like, hey man, I cannot be reached for an hour through this. And then I watch the rest of the class, right? And I had to tell him, I was like, buddy, I was like, just know Dad hates his cell phone. And it's weird because you can have conversations with him now where he goes, why? And I said, because it's work. And if I'm on it, it is work related. And because I don't really enjoy anything other, than that on the phone. If I'm posting stuff on social media, it's usually for work or whatever. And I go, I don't enjoy it. And he goes, well, you don't like playing video games? You don't download video games or fun and I go, no, I don't do any of that. He goes, why don't you like video games? And I was just like, well, I don't because it was distracting or whatever. And then I started to go over his head, but there was a point where video games came out before cell phones essentially, right? Where you could get sucked into video games just the same way. Now it's just more intense because this thing is right in front of your face all the time. Whereas a video game, even back in the day when we were kids, was connected to a television. You still had to ask your parents for permission for the television and all that other shit. And it's just now on this, it is social media, video games. Within those video games, it's in-app purchases and all this other stuff. And you're like, oh my God, dude. And then, the one scene in that movie was that young kid she was putting a photo of herself on Instagram and somebody asked her why her ears were like Dumbo and shit like that. And then you're like, oh my God, same thing's going to happen to our kids. And it's just like, what do you do? Because you can't not let them have it. We've seen it the other way where friends of ours have said, hey, you can have a phone, but you can't have TikTok. You can't have Instagram. You can't, and then they become weird and sheltered and then they don't have the same social experiences as their friends. And it's it's a really fine line. And I think the more and more powerful Facebook and Instagram and all this shit gets, the more fucked we are and the more fucked our children are, to be honest with you. So I hope, my sincerest hope after watching that documentary is that somebody comes in and breaks up these monopolies and these tech companies and holds them accountable for these algorithms and all of this data and all this shit because they know what they're doing clearly when you watch the documentary. Kids are susceptible to it and they're going to fucking grow up with these goddamn things glued to their face all day. So that is my rant on the whole movie. That was my biggest takeaway, but I knew they were doing this shit, just not to that extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you, on the other hand, don't use social media at all.
No.
So,
for that exact reason.
Which is great. And I love that about you. And you had said to me, I think it was yesterday, you were like, oh, I know you're not happy that I don't use it. I'm like, no, that's one of the best qualities about you is that you don't use social media. Because I've seen people in other relationships, whether guys or girls, use it too much. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, man, that's a little extreme.
I mean, I should for work, but I think that it would, I'd like to be able to say what I want to say, whatever I want to say. I think that's why you guys tune into this show. I don't want to worry about getting a weird comment or getting somebody talking shit to me online or anything like that. I just don't look. Therefore, I'm able to, because everyone's susceptible to it.
Yeah.
If they're honest with themselves, if they look at all the comments and read all the things that people can say about you that don't know you, it changes who you are, what you say. Everyone has that filter on them now. You see a celebrity interview and it's so fucking boring because all they're thinking is what are people going to say about this and this and this? And then what's a comment that someone can say? And then what are they going to turn this into a clip and then take it out of context? And then now, you know what I mean? Like, and that to me is boring. So the only way that I could stay just not caring really what people think about me that don't like me or know me, that's the only way I can do it. Like, I could get sucked in. I could hear a bad comment and it would I'd think about it forever.
Yeah, and last night was the perfect example with Jennifer Aniston, right? She typically doesn't do bits like that at the top of shows and shit like that. She's pretty reserved, as when it comes to that type of stuff, right? She did, and Hollywood is a dumpster fire, and it's her putting out this fire in a trash can with Jimmy Kimmel, and that's everywhere this morning. And it's like, that's why they don't do shit. That's why celebrities aren't exciting, and they don't,
the one time fucking Leonardo DiCaprio went to a park to try and just have fucking fun. What's the one picture that they have of him? Like fucking, he has a gun. He's like playing with some kid, belly out, face like this, and he's just like one time letting loose. Now what are you gonna get, you motherfuckers? You're gonna get the hat down. You can't even recognize him. He's not gonna leave. The only way he's gonna do weird shit is on a yacht. Like, you guys did that.
Crazy.
I want to see Leonardo DiCaprio in a fucking...
Yeah. I want to see him partying.
Just letting loose in a park, God knows where.
The best shot of him was from a drone on a yacht with like 800 models after he finished shooting a movie.
And that's the way...
Correct.
You want to see him. But look.
Correctamundo.
And then even Jennifer Aniston, like, I don't need... I'm sorry, I know you guys all wanted her on social media. She was classically always against it, and I loved that about her. She was like, why?
No.
Why do you need me to post? Like, she was always just like, what the fuck?
Right.
I don't like her on social media now. I don't. Why?
Yeah. I get
to
it.
wear your big fucking clear glasses? Dahmer glasses? Like, you're hot, dude. You're hot and you're an old school actress and you don't need to do it. Why are you fucking doing it?
What's up with the Dahmer glasses, by the way?
It's a thing.
For who? Dudes don't like that shit.
We don't do stuff for you guys. We do stuff so that other girls go, cute glasses.
Gay.
You think, we know you guys don't like mom jeans.
The worst.
We know you guys don't.
I actually do. On you.
Okay, well, most guys don't like,
shapes.
They don't like a high-waisted mom jean, but we don't wear them for you guys. We wear them so another girl is like, I love those. Are those mom jeans?
The ones you wear, though, are like 70s, and they really accentuate your sweet ass. So
yes,
I
do a tighter mom jean. I don't
it.
do the like loose fitting ones that really are supposed to make you look like a mom. Mm-hmm. But cute younger girls can like get away with it.
Sure.
I need to go a little bit tighter with mine, but yeah, like we don't do any of this shit for you guys.
Obviously.
We do it for other girls.
Obviously, because if you're Jay Annis wearing those fucking Dahmer glasses, like, bro, in what world? It makes you look like you're gonna work on my fucking computer system in my office.
Yeah. So.
Come on, man.
I know.
Couple quick stories before we get off the air.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Quibi is looking to explore a potential sale after less than 6 months. I called that as well. I actually said they'd go bankrupt, but maybe they're teetering on it. That's why they're looking for a sale. You can find Chrissy Teigen's show there where she is a court judge. Probably the same as RBG, to be honest with you.
I think they just misjudged what people actually want.
It's weird.
They thought they knew.
Not that.
They thought that people's attention span was only that long, and it's actually 27 to 30 minutes, right? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
10 is not worth my time.
No, me neither.
An hour and a half of it too long.
And all they're doing with some of them are just
per-
breaking up full movies into 10-minute segments. It's like, hey, man, I just want to see the full movie. Like, I don't need to see 2 ads and then the next 10 minutes and then the next. Like, if I wanted to do that, fuck, man, I'd watch Die Hard on AMC if I wanted to watch that many commercials. And then last but not least, RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's book, In My Own Words, skyrockets to number 2 on the Amazon bestseller list.
Look,
badass. Look, she's a
She
badass.
was a
I'm
badass.
not.
Like we'll definitely end on that note
Absolutely.
with her for sure. And
Absolutely.
like funny. I love the whole thing that happened with her, but you know.
The notorious RBG thing.
All of that. Like
yeah.
I think it was great.
Same.
How fun at the end of your life to be
Yes.
like, holy shit.
And it was
I'm a fucking rock star.
And look, she lived 87 years. None of us will live 87 years. So, you know, come on, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
And on her deathbed.
She said, what did she say,
said-
Japes?
So,
Yeah.
my dear, come closer. Come closer. All I want in this world is for Donald Trump to wait until his second term. Grandma.
What was that last part, Grandma?
Tell her. No, I can't. I can't
To
do
choose
it
my
anymore.
successor.
I can't do anymore. But gosh, what a fun story, right?
Oh boy. No one's buying that. No one's
But like
buying that story.
I
dude.
need the napkin where they
Yeah.
and it's blood, right? That's not funny. That's not funny. I'm sorry. That's not funny. But it is in every movie. It is in every movie where someone is about to die, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
but my dying wish is I don't believe that story. I'm sorry, but I do not believe that story.
I'm sure she did, but it wasn't like that.
Tell Owen to pull that
She
clip
said,
for
"You
Instagram.
motherfucker."
That should be the one clip you finally post on social media.
God,
is that
no.
segment right there?
Please, and lose all 5 followers.
Oh, kids, fun times. We're back. The set is almost done. So what do you think? Tomorrow, Giorgio? Will we able to go live off it tomorrow? Oh, he's saying 50-50. What is it? Lights? What are we missing? Lights? Lights, drill, some other shit.
We're fine. We'll get there.
Work in progress. Work
You
in
know,
progress. The set itself is complete. So we got to get some lights and some curtains for the darkness, I think.
A house is just a structure.
Yes.
It's the people in it that make it a home. And that's what we're giving you, right? Is like, it doesn't matter what our background is. We're family. And we love you. And this is your home.
This is your home at Ross Patterson Revolution. Go to iTunes and rate your home a 5-star. Give it a 5-star and a quick review. It'll help scoot us on up the charts. Do it. Don't be a fucking asshole, dude. Do it right now. Just pop open iTunes. If you have an Android, you're a loser. You're a green text box, and, well...
Stop being poor.
Stop being poor.
But your pictures look great.
Your pictures look way better than our
Gosh,
phones.
what a great camera on that fucking piece of shit.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Go to iTunes and rate the show a 5-star and a quick review. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Sorry, Ruben. I'm joking about being poor.